The purpose of a network is to share resources. The network server is a computer designed to act as a central network computer providing resources like network security, hardware access, disk space, and printer access. Now companies often use cloud computing instead of LAN networks. A communication channel has a bandwidth, with the bandwidth being the maximum amount of data transferred per unit time, measured in bits per second. A higher bandwidth means a faster transmission rate. Cloud computing is the use of computing services like storage, databases, software, and networking over the internet, an example being Google Drive. You only pay for the services you use, making it cheaper than upgrading servers and software. Networks consist of two or more devices called nodes, which are connected by some communications channel. A node is a device connected to the network, and is typically a computer but can also be a printer or mobile device. The communications channel can be bounded using wires or unbounded using wireless technology. Nodes on a network can be a device users use such as a desktop, a switch to connect nodes to each other using cables for communication, a device to connect to the internet such as a router, or a device to provide a service such as a server or printer. One of the types of bounded media is the unshielded twisted pair, UTP, which is the most common bounded media cabling in small LANs, and consists of several pairs of twisted wires in an outer protective plastic cover. The twisting helps eliminate interference from signals on other wires and from electrical devices. The advantages of UTP is that it is inexpensive, easy to install, support fast transmission rates, are widely used, and can be used in many different types of networks. The disadvantages is that they are susceptible to interference, crosstalk, and the cable can be a maximum of 100 meters before the signal degenerates due to attenuation, although a repeater can be used to join two cables and amplify the signal. Another type of bounded media is the shielded twisted pair, STP, which is more expensive and is a bulkier cable with twisted pairs enclosed in protective foil, reducing interference and crosstalk. The problems with these copper cables is attenuation, which is the loss of signal strength over distance, electromagnetic interference EMI, which is when signals from other sources such as machinery corrupt the signals traveling in the cables, eavesdropping, which is when signals traveling along the cables can be intercepted, and crosstalk, which is when signals in adjacent wires interfere with each other. The fiber optic cable is a faster type of bounded media. It sends light impulses instead of electronic signals, eliminating interference. The cable consists of a central glass or plastic core surrounded by layers of protective materials. The cladding surrounds the core and reflects light back into the core. Advantages of fiber is that it has faster transmission rates since light is faster than electronic signals. It is more secure since light signals cannot easily be tapped. It can transmit over longer distances than UTP, as light signals do not weaken like electronic signals in copper wires. Light signals are also not susceptible to EMI. Light signals are also immune to lightning and electrical surges. The disadvantages of fiber is that it is very expensive to purchase and install, as it requires expensive machinery, and it is also complex to install. Fiber optic cable is often used to join LAN segments together, especially when LANs are in different buildings. When several LAN segments handle one fiber optic cable, it is called a backbone. Nodes in a network do not have to be connected with cabling. Wireless networks use the air to transmit radio signals. Each type of wireless signal uses a different frequency measured in hertz to remain separate from each other. In a client-server network, there is the server computer, which is the computer which shares the resources with other computers in the network. In client-server networks, there may be several servers, each with specific purposes. Examples are a file server, print server, web server, email server, and proxy server.